Sky's the limit, the truth is on our side. There's no time for worry, let's show the world our pride. Whether another comes up with a surprise, we all will discover where our fate will lie. On a blue wave, we rise to save the day. Only me, only you can let our hearts sail away on a blue wave.
Hey, welcome to TruBlu Politics, episode 58 with Anita.
And Karen. Hey, Anita.
Hey, Karen.
God bless America.
What a week.
What
I know.
a week. Another fucking week.
I know. Another fucked up week.
Oh, God. So much to talk about.
I know.
So,
Where do we start?
As we are recording this is Friday, April 3rd, about noon. So, hey, there might be some shit that drops in between now and Monday morning when this episode drops, but we will do our best to kind of
Things are dropping as we speak.
happened.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not Donald Trump, unfortunately.
No, that's true.
Right.
We'd have to get rid of the whole bag of rats anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, there's a lot of course, fucking around and finding out that we've, kind of been talking about, and it's all over social media. Yeah. So, of course, there's a bunch of people on X, Anita, that you've been seeing coming out and tweeting things. So, they have for example, somebody named Trisha Hope, National Delegate Texas, at Just the Tweet 17 says, in response, she quote tweets. So the Mediate. Yeah, thank you. New poll shows Trump losing big with GOP's most loyal voting bloc, Mediate.com. And she quote tweeted and she said, "I'm that voting bloc. I attended 42 rallies. I was front row Joe 3 times. I walked the hall of Congress for Trump, became a state delegate, then a national delegate, all to show support for Trump. Today, I find him repulsive, and it began when he said, 'Are we still talking about Epstein?'"
It took her that long to find him repulsive, though. I mean, to me, he's always been repulsive. The grab him by the pussy thing wasn't repulsive to you.
It wasn't. No.
The January 6th wasn't repulsive to you. I mean, just
calling
all
women
the
Miss Piggy, Quiet Piggy.
There's so many things that have made him repulsive, but okay. Let's just go on.
All right. Okay, so then we have another one here. I'm hearing a lot of remorse about Trump in my red town where I'm a well-known blue dot. They tell me they are sorry, that I was right, and I don't rub it in their face. We are all united against Trump. We will get back to our differences once we protected our country. Okay, so that's kind of, how are we supposed to deal with it? So I'm going to skip to this other one. Another 3-time. So here, this person, LMAO. I had never regretted anything in my life more than voting for Donald Trump 3 times. Egg on my face. I am a fucking idiot, and so is everyone who voted for at Donald Trump. White Christian men were his biggest base, and we were deceived the most. Burn it all down and start again. And so this woman, Art Candy, on Twitter says, another 3 times MAGA regrets voting for Donald Trump. Music to my ears.
Yeah, but once again, he's the victim, right? I mean, he voted for him 3 times. What did he say? He said he didn't use the word betrayal. What did he use? Say it again.
He had egg on his face, and he's a fucking idiot.
I like that part.
And we were deceived the most.
Deceived.
The white
He
Christian
was deceived.
men. Mm-hmm.
No, he deceived himself. I mean,
He heard what he wanted to hear.
He wanted to hear what he wanted to, or he just dismissed what he didn't want to hear.
Yep. Yeah. So Luke Slywalker, as a 3-time Trump voter and supporter, I'm completely finished. I can't believe how far you've fallen. And somebody said, ditto, I'm done. He quote tweeted.
That was a response to him. Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Everyone who tried to warn us about Donald Trump was right, and we were just wrong. And
I appreciate that. But what are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it now? And so now this Liam Neeson post, and you had responded to it.
Yeah, he's a big. Yeah. He's kind of an influencer on Twitter.
Yeah. So now is not the time to shun your neighbors leaving MAGA. Embrace them. We're going to need their help. To which you responded, do you remember? Mm-hmm. When a drug addict or alcoholic gets clean, we should congratulate and welcome them back to sobriety, but we shouldn't trust them again. That has to be earned. That's how we should approach those finally leaving MAGA.
Yeah, like they've been drug addicts or alcoholics for 10 years. And you know what? Even in AA, and you know this because you've been to Al-Anon, right?
Al-Anon, mm-hmm.
You cannot trust them at least for a year. Okay, they have to prove themselves, and usually it's longer than that. But I mean, and somebody said to me,
"You have to do the work.
You have to do the work. You have to do the work. You have to apologize for the things that the people that you've hurt.
Exactly.
There's 12 steps to this. Okay.
Exactly. Where did you go wrong?
Yeah.
Talk about it, and then who are the people that you feel that you hurt, and what are you doing? Yeah, and what are you? Yep. When to do so would not harm themselves or harm them.
Right.
That's when you do it.
Like if somebody's going to kill you, if you tell them, hey, look, I fucked you over, right?
Or when it would harm them, like when it would be better just to leave it alone. You've already done the damage, and coming back at them, when they've already done the work to cut you out, leave it alone.
Or sometimes it's just impossible. Like
it is impossible, right?
But somebody said to me,
if you're only doing it for you, like if it's just doing it to make you feel better, then don't do it. Like if it's not going to actually help the other person at all, leave it alone. Right.
Yeah, if you're only going to hurt them more.
Yeah.
Then don't do it. I mean, somebody said to me, "Oh, well, that's not, that's a bad analogy because drug addicts and alcoholics only hurt themselves, and that's not true.
That's
and anybody who's ever had a drug addict or alcoholic in their life knows that's not true. They hurt a lot of people.
It affects the entire family, their friends,
everybody,
their employers, their coworkers.
It's very painful.
Yes.
It's very painful for the people that are around that love a drug addict or an alcoholic.
Yes.
So anyway.
Yeah. So then this Sarah Spector, and I had already read this, but I'll just put it here. I'm hearing a lot of remorse about Trump in my red town where I'm a well-known blue dot. They tell me they are sorry that I was right, and I don't rub it in their face. We are all united against Trump. We need to get back to, we will get back to our differences once we protected our country.
I like that, but I know but okay. I like that because right now she's right. We have to unite, and Timothy Snyder talks about this. The only way to beat back fascism is to unite with people that disagree with you. But you know what? In a way, that's not talking about MAGA. That's talking about like Republicans or people that that we don't agree with about issues, right?
Policy, right?
Like policy. But MAGA, that is a cult. Those people have voted repeatedly to harm us.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and by the third time, are you kidding me? After January 6th? No, I'm sorry. I just, if they want to vote against Donald Trump, great. I would like that. But I don't want to be a part of their lives. I don't want to be part of anything that they belong to except voting out Trump. And the truth is, people that are that damaged that would vote for somebody like him or who is still continuing to be MAGA, who are triple Trumpers, as they
Yep.
call them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're damaged people, and they're just going to hurt us again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
No, you can't see this is the thing that I don't think they understand. You can't just come out of this and say, "Whoops, I messed up. I'm sorry. You guys need to take me back in." For me, it's like, no, you have to tell us, what was it? Like, what was it? Why do you
Yep.
think you did that? Show your work.
Do
What
your
are you
work.
going to do
Yeah.
now? It's not enough to say that, "Oh shit, I was wrong. I fucked up," because the damage is done and there's real damage. There are people that are dead. There are arguably the peaceful protesters, the people that have died in ICE custody, the protesters that have been harmed, physically killed,
People that have
on
been
and on and
taken
on.
away,
The
put in
schoolgirls in
detention camps.
Iran. Yeah,
Yep.
the schoolgirls
The
in
150,
Iran that were
yeah.
killed for no reason.
Well, I mean, yeah, yeah, they have to do the work. Not only do they have to, well, because otherwise they're just going to repeat that mistake anyway. They're just going to
Yeah.
continue. They're just going to, if they don't figure out what it was
Right.
about them that Donald Trump seemed like a
Yeah.
a
What
good
made you
choice.
think? What did he say that you were like, "Yeah, tell me." You
Yeah.
have to come out with that.
And he said a lot of things that I can understand, honestly, that they would be attracted to if it were coming from somebody. But look, you had to look at the evidence. The fact that you just dismissed everything in front of all the warning signs,
Mhm.
all the red flags,
Mhm.
because you really wanted to believe this. There's something, I mean, there's something wrong with your decision making and your,
Well, even the things that he spoke about with, affordability and,
yeah.
about things that, yes, Americans, say that they care about. There was data from the first time around to show that that wasn't the situation.
Well, he didn't have it. His solutions would have actually exasperated the problem.
Yeah.
And everybody was trying to tell you that. Why is it that you believed him over everybody else, above
The
experts?
Economist.
The Economist that came out and said, hey, this guy's plans are going to make this problem worse. And by the way, at the time, Joe Biden was doing a good job bringing inflation down, and while the rest of the world was still struggling.
Right.
But you just ignored that too. And I listen to these people all the time.
And so, right. So then why? That's what that's what I want to know. Why? Why did you not want to hear the good news about what Joe Biden was doing?
Well, I listen to these people like that guy that says he was balling under Joe Biden. He misses Uncle Joe. Well, what the hell, man? You were doing great. So why did you turn to Donald Trump, the guy that did January 6th, the guy that talked about grabbing women by the pussy, the guy that was an adjudicated
COVID
rapist,
a hoax. Yeah.
that did all these horrible things, and yet Joe Biden, what did Joe Biden do to you? Why did you vote for Donald Trump? Joe Biden did nothing but make your life better. Or the farmer who got that grant for that farm equipment, right? Like $250,000, and Donald Trump canceled it. What is it? Why is it that you voted against your own interest like that?
Right. Yeah.
He wasn't. I mean, and there are a lot of people now. It's very frustrating that the same people that were screaming the loudest about inflation and all this other stuff about during Joe Biden are telling us now it's patriotic to pay more for gas and to pay more for everything.
And so, see, but with those people,
they're full
I
of
think
shit.
that I think that it's safe to say that it's the racism, it's the
Of course.
misogyny, it's the controlling of women,
xenophobia.
It's all of that. So, I mean, I think that for me is easy to kind of parse out.
Yeah.
It's these people that are still, are saying that that's it, I'm out, the Epstein file. I mean, my God, you did not see the red flags especially about like Epstein? You really believed that he was going to release the Epstein files?
This is a guy that was best friends with Donald Trump for decades. Okay. Everybody saw the video of him and Epstein, like, pointing at the women and dancing and acting, I mean, just gross, right? And grabbing that girl's butt just gross stuff. with Epstein. Looked like they were pretty chummy, right? But you thought this was the guy.
Yeah.
This was the guy, the grab him by the pussy guy.
Yeah, that he was the adjudicated rapist. And then he comes out and says, we're gonna release the Epstein files when all of this other stuff, but you were willing to admit and buy the lie that like, he was just, the DOJ was weaponized. Joe Biden was weaponizing the DOJ against him. You were ready to fall for that bullshit because he fulfilled something else in your empty heart.
Well,
your
because
black heart.
Exactly, because you know what he did? He told them the reason why your life sucks is not because of you didn't do that. You're not to blame for your life sucking. It's those people's faults. It's trans people's faults. It's immigrants' faults. It's black people's faults. It's everybody else's fault. That's what he tells them.
Mm-hmm.
And be angry at them.
Yes.
Right? And then your life will be better. Well, your life isn't getting better now, right?
No.
Your life is getting worse.
Right. And I mean, and it's just a carryover and continuation of the Republican Party, pointing a finger at black and brown people saying that they're taking your jobs, you hardworking white folks. We're not, the wealthy aren't outsourcing your jobs. They're not, cutting taxes for themselves and raising yours. It's the brown people that,
it's the black people, it's the brown people.
They're doing this to you.
Yeah, the Republican Party, that's always been their message since the 1960s.
The welfare queens and the true welfare queens are the corporate.
Right, exactly. It's just they're not as explicit about it. Donald Trump just says it, He has exposed the Republican Party.
Yes.
That's all. Because what is the Republican Party but the base, but the people, the people they support. And these people, they wanted Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is the poster boy for the Fox News viewer.
Yeah,
like he is the epitome. He is the guy. That's their target audience, and that's who he was appealing to.
Because he is a Fox News viewer.
That's what I know. That's my point.
Yeah,
that's my point.
I know, but I meant he actually watches Fox News.
No, I know. I know. So of course, like when he talks, he's speaking their language. He goes to where they are. He's a part of their conversations. And it's the same thing like we were talking about during, the 2024 campaign, where, we're all like, what the fuck is he talking about with the eating the dogs, eating the cats? But that's the perfect, no, I know, but that's the perfect example of it's like that they go to those spaces where those ridiculous and nutter conversations are going on. And then, but because he gets me. See?
He's saying everything that I'm thinking. He sounds just like he's saying exactly what I'm thinking. Well, of course he is, because you guys are both watching Fox News 24/7.
Exactly. He gets me.
He gets me.
Finally, somebody that gets me.
And also, as you know what, a guy as dumb as I am can be president. So
you have a bunch of people running around the convention in diapers and with gauze on their ears, and you've got a bunch of women running around with T-shirts that say, you can grab my pussy. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's true. Right? The Largo look, or what is it? Mar-a-Lago. I call it Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago. The Trumpettes, you mean, that have like disfiguring plastic surgery?
I mean, seriously, and they're against. These are the people that are against, drag queens. Okay.
Yeah, drag queens. Exactly. Yeah, they're against drag queens, and then and all of the guys have to take their ED medication so that they can go hook up with guys from Grindr, and and then Which they
crash every time.
Yeah, they're gender affirming. They're gender affirming.
Yeah, they're gender affirming care. Yeah,
exactly.
Like, oh my God, Pete Hegseth. Remember, he had to have a makeup trailer.
Yeah,
at the Pentagon. Yeah, because he has to put all his makeup. It has to be perfect for him in his hair when he goes out there, because it's all a show, right?
Yep.
Yeah, these guys. Oh my God, they're so fucking ridiculous. It's hard to even state how ridiculous they are.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and he's exposed them, and they're all showing their asses. They're all, and it is. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little satisfying to hear some of these people coming out and calling themselves idiots, saying I was an idiot. I don't know what I was. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's frustrating because it's a little late because now this is what honestly, how are we ever going to get our status, our reputation back, the United States of America? Because right now, all these countries, there's like 30 different leaders that are meeting in the UK or with the British Prime Minister, trying to figure out how they're going to open the Strait of Hormuz. The United States is completely left out of it on purpose.
So I want to, we definitely want to talk about that, but we wanted to play some of the red flag things.
Yeah.
But first, Anita, I know that this is what you are thinking right now.
Hey, come on, flounder. Can't spend your whole life worried about your mistakes. You fucked up. You trusted us.
Yeah, you trusted him. You fucked up.
Yep. And so we have people like Joe Rogan that are coming out and, just completely bewildered. Bewildered.
Oh, no. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
What?
What?
I know. I couldn't have known.
What?
I mean,
what? How could we have known this?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like there were a million signs. It wasn't like January.
Oh my God. Even him lying about the election. Joe Rogan busted him on his show and was like telling him about how ridiculous it was. That, to me, if somebody's lying about something that important and that they're that delusional, why would you want them to be president?
Exactly. So, you sent me this tweet by Ed Krasenstein, and he said, wow, former Trump supporters Joe Rogan and Theo Von just went off on Trump, with Von calling Trump a terrorist. Okay, yeah. After January 6th, yes. I think Joe Rogan, I'm confused. I can't believe we went to this war. Here, I'll play the clip.
He's confused. Crazy.
He's so confused here.
I'm confused. I can't believe we went to this war. When we started bombing Iran, I was like, this can't be true.
And what about Lebanon now?
I know. Israel's invaded Lebanon. Yeah.
And it's like, just fucking stop. Like, what do you need?
Well, they're trying to, supposedly, they're trying to stop the terrorists.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, if you're the fucking terrorist. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to stop them, fucking stand in front of the fucking mirror. And start there.
I'm confused.
I'm confused.
Yeah. You're a fucking idiot. That's what you are.
Isn't that
a fucking
funny?
Idiot. Isn't
You're
that
the
hilarious?
terrorist.
They're the terrorist. That's the thing, too, that is so maddening. It's like they speak about this so glibly. Like they had nothing to do with it. If
They're
only
just commentating
they had
on it. Isn't it
known.
funny?
Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit there. This is fucking serious. This is why
people are dying.
People are dying. Your fucking vote or non-vote fucking matters. You guys did this.
Well, these world leaders all are saying they can't sleep at night because of what's happening, because of the repercussions of what Donald Trump is doing, because of they're having to not allow people to use, like they're trying to limit people's use of gas because they're running out of it.
Yeah.
They're
have to ration shit.
Yeah,
well,
they have to ration everything.
That's going to happen here. I mean,
it's going to be food too. It's going to be food. They're jet fuel. They're not going to have any jet fuel. I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, my God, Anita, diesel fuel right now is over $5 near me.
And that's what they use to deliver your shit. Okay.
So what do you think that's going to do to your costs? And there's a lot of people out there on severely fixed incomes that are having their Social Security cut. I was listening to Zerlina Maxwell, and she had this woman call in, and her mother, she received a notice from Social Security that they're going to be cutting her payment back to what it was 6 years ago.
Wow. And Biden just raised it.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, though, Amazon's increasing their prices by 3%. They're adding a 3% surcharge for, and same with the airlines. They're like a 10% baggage check fee, extra baggage check fee because of the gas, the jet fuel costing so much.
Yeah.
So it's going to affect everything. I mean, we've got the fertilizer and the helium, which is used apparently for semiconductors. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
had
care
John
about.
Bartman on. If you guys are listening and don't know, we did a bonus episode, and you can see it on YouTube under TRUBLU Politics Podcast. And he's a farmer, a Midwest
Farmer
farmer in
John.
Illinois, and he was talking about the impact on farming, from this administration.
They already had the tariffs. It's a
Mm-hmm.
double whammy. I
Yep.
mean, the trade war.
Yeah.
I mean, he does. This is the thing. These groups of people that voted for Trump, because farmers overwhelmingly supported him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting screwed. Ranchers overwhelmingly supported him. All these working class, groups of people overwhelmingly supported Trump, and they're getting screwed the most.
Yeah. Yeah, and but now I do wonder because and I'm not going to say that there aren't some younger generation, younger farmers that are, inheriting their parents or, carrying on the family business. But I remember listening to, I think it was Michelangelo Signorelli, and this woman called in, and she's in a rural area, and she got into a conversation with a farmer who Democrat, voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and then Kamala Harris in 2024. And what she said was, and I thought this was kind of hopeful, although I don't know how it breaks down data wise, what the percentage is. But she was talking about how this gentleman was saying that, yes, there's a lot of these older farmers that vote Republican, but that the new guys that are coming up that are going to be taking over the family businesses, they're voting blue.
Yeah, that's
So
weird
that's
too. 'Cause
hopeful. That's hopeful.
It's hopeful, but weird because older farmers should know that they get screwed every time a Republican's in office.
Right, but yes, of course, yeah. But I mean, point being, if these
It
guys
is
are going to
hopeful.
age out, that I feel like that is.
Although, when are they going to age out? They seem to live forever, especially farmers.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm guessing that the people that she was talking about and that this guy is talking about is they're probably in their 20s and 30s, maybe 40s.
It's harder though for young
Right.
people to get into farming now.
Sure it is.
I mean, John talked about that, about some programs that Biden initiated.
Oh, J.B. Pritzker.
Yeah,
too.
and J.B. Pritzker he continued it,
Yes.
even though Trump discontinued it. But in Illinois, they're still
There's
using
a state
it.
rep. Yeah, there's a state rep. I can't remember her name now, but yeah, so she's putting out these initiatives to get younger farmers up and running.
Because a lot of them had to get out of it nationwide because they lost the subsidies that Biden was providing to help these younger farmers get into farming and help them with and also wasn't it the farmers markets they were selling. I can't remember what the program actually entailed, but I know it benefited a lot of people. There was a lot of programs that Biden had that were just ignored. And that's one of the things, because we don't have Fox News 24/7 propaganda, the Democratic Party.
Yeah,
we don't have the kind of messaging. Even
we don't.
Even if the Republicans have a terrible messenger, because I think Donald Trump is a terrible messenger.
I do too. And I mean, I think that the biggest challenge for Democrats has always and continues to be the fact that we have, this corporate run media. And even MSNBC, that's, they call the leftist channel or the liberal channel. It's such
That's
bullshit.
ridiculous.
It's
I know.
total bullshit.
I mean, because during the day they suck. Okay. They suck. They have Katie Tour and I can't remember who else.
Joe Scarborough. Joe
Scarborough. Yeah.
You start out 4 hours of Joe Scarborough.
Yeah.
And then you've got Katie Tur.
Katie Tur, and used to have what's her name? Oh my God.
Andrea Mitchell.
Now we have Katie Tur and Jennings. What's her name?
Yeah, Chris Jennings.
Yeah. I mean, and they suck. I'm sorry, but
they do the both sides bullshit. It's like completely conflating shit.
They trash
all the time.
Biden.
They
or
trash
anybody.
Biden, exactly. So sorry, but
I mean, yeah, we don't have that. So people need to understand that. All these people that complain all the time, Democrats, terrible messaging. No, we don't have the kind of amplification.
Infrastructure.
Yeah, we don't have that. Yeah, and billionaires aren't willing to because Republicans are better for billionaires.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, but they think they are because they get their tax cuts.
Sure.
But the economy does worse under Republicans.
Right. I mean, yeah. So it's kind of
they're stupid. I mean, billionaires are
They're
not
not,
smart.
No,
No,
they're not.
I mean, there's
A
some
lot of
smart.
them, we'll see. Yeah, okay. I mean, and you have that rare, billionaire that, or, millionaire like Warren Buffett. I don't think he didn't have a lot of, startup money.
Mm-mm.
But, but by
Mark
the fact,
Cuban.
yeah, Mark Cuban, there are those out there that are the exception. But, when you look at like a Donald Trump and you look at,
Peter Thiel.
even, Steve Jobs and even,
Elon Musk.
Bill Gates. Yeah, all of these people, they had startup money. They had they had a leg up on other people. They're not self-made. They
None of
were
them are.
given something and they started their companies that way.
And some of them were born rich, okay, like Donald Trump.
Exactly.
So they did, and Donald Trump, for being born rich, I mean, he's a total fuck up.
Right.
He spent his life fucking up and failing up anyway.
If you like what you're hearing, please consider subscribing to TruBlu Politics Podcast on Patreon. At any level you can, appreciated and so needed. Anita and I would love to be able to increase the frequency of episodes. We would like to upgrade equipment to make these podcasts even higher quality. But, we have day jobs. We can't do this without support from our loyal listeners and our TruBlu Crew Politics Podcast subscribers. And at any level, you will get additional content as well as be a part of our TruBlu Crew podcast chat room, where we can interact with you all and hear back, give us some feedback. Whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on, please consider giving us 4 stars, 5 stars, and a review. We love hearing from you, and we couldn't do it without you. So please consider subscribing. Buy me a coffee. Buy Anita a coffee. And keep the fight going. We are living through unprecedented times with attacks on our democracy and our rights. So we want to continue to be voices in the resistance, and along with you, keep fighting the fight against this autocratic regime. Thanks, everybody. We love you.
And people, I mean, I don't understand these people that worship billionaires. Just because somebody's rich, they think that somehow they're better people, they're smarter people.
Well, yeah. And then when you have somebody like Mark Burnett, that, the creator of The Apprentice, who sold the American public Donald Trump as a successful businessman.
Yeah.
Or
even
Robin Leach.
Bullshit. Yeah.
The lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
right?
My God.
Mm-hmm.
In the Epstein files, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, what? Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I know. But I mean, the whole thing with The Apprentice was bullshit. They had to rebuild that boardroom because he didn't have one. And it was they had to replace the carpeting and everything in the Trump Tower. It just was shabby. Mm-hmm. It's just basically a mom and pop operation.
Yeah.
And they had to make him look like a big shot because that was the image they wanted portrayed. And Donald Trump had always tried to, put out there.
And so, of course, that, then that got us, Trump 1.0. But then, we had 4 years. We had him completely tank the economy that he was handed by President Obama, tanked that, grossly mishandled the pandemic, throughout the pandemic response playbook, did everything, called it a hoax, did all on and on and on. I mean, we all saw it, we all lived it, we all felt it. And yet, and January 6th, and there were warning signs. That's the thing. We had that in addition to all the warning signs. I wanted to play a couple of these videos that you
Can I just say something? Okay, let me say something real quick. There was also the warning sign of the fact that he was bankrupt. He had to declare bankruptcy multiple times.
Yeah.
The only thing he was successful at was The Apprentice.
Yeah.
The show.
Yeah.
Because it was make believe.
It was all make believe. It was all it was all bullshit, and there was still, handlers that you had to change his diaper when he shit in the conference room.
And people could, edit everything and take out all the stuff where he sounded crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. So here's one of the videos, red flag number 1.
I like to do one thing at a time. I would knock the hell out of ISIS.
Okay.
I would hit them, Brian, so hard like they've never been hit.
What about civilian casualties? What about the fact that we're targeting them and people are very concerned about collateral damage?
I would do my best, absolute best, but we're fighting a very politically correct war.
Yeah.
Well, we see that
and the
happening
other thing is with the terrorists, you have to take out their families. When you get these terrorists, you have to take out their families. They care about their lives. Don't kid yourself. But they say they don't care about their lives. You have to take out their family.
Oh my God.
Okay, that was 10 years ago. ago.
That's so disturbing. Okay. Him saying that, he said that on his debate stage too.
Those
you
are
have
war
to kill
crimes.
the families. Yeah, it's war crimes, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Oh, he's just talking out of his ass. In Vietnam, he got a doctor to say he had bone spurs. He had 5 deferments. This guy knows nothing. Nobody in his family has ever been in the military. Nobody's ever served. He's so full of shit. He's just one of these blowhards. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, sure. And that, of course, that was 10 years ago. So who was in office?
Obama.
Right.
Obama, who's doing a great job.
Yep. Exactly right. So that was, so there, there you have. So, now here we are in this war of choice, and
of whim.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So now here's another red flag.
It's the moment Jeffrey Epstein is asked about his friendship with Donald Trump, and it's going viral today.
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
The year was 2010, and the financier was battling an onslaught of lawsuits from multiple women, accusing him of sexually abusing them as minors. Epstein and Trump were known to be good friends, and in the deposition, he was asked directly.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Epstein pauses, shakes his head, then answers.
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
The deposition has resurfaced as the backlash over the Epstein files continues to dog the president. Today, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche traveled to Tallahassee to speak with Epstein's ex-girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. She's serving 20 years for recruiting underage girls for Epstein. One thing Ghislaine Maxwell may be asked about is the birthday book, a book of raunchy letters from Epstein's friends she reportedly put together for his 50th birthday. According to the Wall Street Journal, President Trump wrote a letter with a doodle of a naked woman. He's calling the report a scam and is suing the newspaper.
The existence of the book is it's an absolute fact.
An attorney for Epstein's victims say the book is real and is currently in the possession of the Epstein estate.
It's going to go down in history so that the world can see this book, and they'll know who were Jeffrey Epstein's best friends at the time. What other pictures are in there?
Okay. First of all, that interview with Jeffrey Epstein came out
in 2010. Yeah, so that was in 2010. The video they were playing, let me just say this just for credit's sake. Inside Edition posted this on their YouTube channel.
Right.
And this was 8 months ago.
Of course. And then the book, which they're saying is fake, of course. Now it came out in the Epstein files.
Yes.
And he said it wasn't real. I mean, it was obvious real because you can tell even the signatures were the same.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, all right. Yeah, this is a red flag. I mean, the fact that they were friends for decades, and there was an interview with Jeffrey Epstein where he says, and this was before the election, he says him and Donald Trump were best friends. Okay. Right. And then even in the first term, when Ghislaine Maxwell was on trial and Donald Trump wished her well, I mean, she had just been convicted. She had just been convicted, of trafficking, of sex trafficking children.
Yep.
And he wishes her well, and now look what he's done. I mean, these people that still believe that Donald Trump, seriously, he moved her to a cushy club fed, and she's getting all these special privileges. Okay. We'll move on. That was. There's so many red flags. There were so many red flags.
No, I know. And I mean, and obviously, as you know, in some of these tweets that we read earlier, I mean, some of the people, that was the breaking point for them. I mean, it's bewildering to both of us as to why it took, that, like why,
why they didn't recognize him as a predator.
I mean, we all did. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So, here we go.
There were like 25 women who came out and accused him of sexual misconduct.
There was Eugene Carroll. He was an adjudicated rapist, 34-count felon. They just wanted to, they just sat there and said, oh, no, that was because Biden weaponized, he weaponized the DOJ against him. It was a total witch hunt. They believed him. They believed him. And they believed him when he said that he was going to release the Epstein files, which completely defied all logic of the evidence that was already out there.
You fucked up. You trusted him.
Fucked up. Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this other one.
If you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these. Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
A lot of phony stuff.
But I think I would, or at least
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others.
Oh. He's so obvious.
Wait, listen, this is Chris Hayes, hold on.
Jeffrey Epstein, well, Why would Donald Trump be so circumspect about exposing the secrets of Jeffrey Epstein, a billionaire child sex trafficker who died in prison, without revealing which of his well-connected elite friends knew about and possibly even participated in his revolting and illegal activities?
That's a great question, Chris.
It is a great question. And, he didn't point the finger at Donald Trump, but the truth is, the only person Donald Trump was protecting was Donald Trump.
As always, it's always about Donald
It's always
Trump.
about him.
What can I get from it? How can I be, shielded?
How can this hurt me?
Yeah.
I mean, and Obama said this. He goes, he's just a 79-year-old man who never stops whining about, a billionaire who never stops whining about how he's a victim.
Who was given every advantage, who was handed a shit ton of money that most people never see in their lives.
$400 million he was inherited from his dad.
That's right.
And he has never, all he does, listen to him. He was on yesterday. What was he whining about? These people are dying in wars, right? Mm-hmm. We're bombing the crap out of them. He's talking about war crimes and he's whining about how Bruce Springsteen is mean to him. So Bruce Springsteen is ugly and wrinkled and blah, blah, blah. I mean, who does that? A child.
Mm-hmm.
He's a man baby. He's just like I would expect better behavior from a toddler.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let my children act like that.
No.
When they were toddlers.
Exactly. That would be cause for a timeout. That would be like, hey, listen, get your stuff. We're out of here. We're not staying at the play group. You don't know how to act right. You don't know how to share. You don't know how to talk to others. You don't know. Well, then that's the other thing too. Oh my God. Talking about cleaning up messes, right? So he got us into this war of whim, as you called it.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And now he's saying, well, you know what? The Europeans, the other countries are going to have to clean it up. Clean up the Strait of Hormuz. It's the same thing. It totally tracks when people sit there and can you believe that guy said that? Yeah, that's what he always fucking
That's what he does.
That's what he does. He makes messes
and expects everybody else to clean it up for him.
And my God, that is the Republican Party. Every Republican president fucks everything up, breaks the shit, talks about how it's broken, and in his case, he burns the shit down, and then he's the arsonist, and then he wants to take credit for putting out the fire, and he's full of shit. This is the Republican Party, though. It is not just Donald Trump. He is the product of the Republican Party and Fox News. And he's one of them.
Right-wing propaganda.
Yep.
Well, he does it on steroids, okay? I mean,
for sure.
And the reason why is because, and this is probably applies to a lot of these Republicans, But he has always had somebody to clean up his mess. Okay,
Yes.
whether it was his lawyer,
The fixer,
fixer,
Roy Cohn,
his dad. His dad,
Yep.
when he was bankrupting casinos, his dad, they got in trouble because his dad bought a bunch of tokens.
Right.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
I can't remember, but they tried to defraud the.
Well, and even the banks, I mean, it's like, okay, how do we kind of save our shirts or, recoup some of this? And it was by
Right.
keeping the brand instead of, I mean, he didn't own
He never paid a
them.
price.
He never paid a price. Never. And then here comes Mark Burnett and Celebrity Apprentice and then just The Apprentice.
When he was bankrupt. That happened.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. And then he's trotted out there as though he is this mastermind businessman and, real estate magnate, and branding genius. And it's just like, no.
It's the opposite. He's such a failure.
Yeah.
Such a failure. He has failed at everything that, what they say, everything Trump touches dies. And it's true. And what's dying is the United States of America.
Yep. Yeah, we're Trump steaks now. We're
that he sold it. What's that place that he sold them at? The
oh God.
God,
the Taj Mahal? No.
No, he sold them in that stupid mall store. What was it called?
Oh, I don't
know. They just said they never sold one.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So, all right. So anywho, yeah, bottom line is y'all were warned. If you had been paying attention, if you had been listening to your smarter neighbors, friends, family members, you would have seen this all coming. And now here we are. And it is going to, how long do you think it's going to take, Anita, to get through this, to clean up this mess?
Oh, I don't even know if in our lifetime, seriously. I'm serious. And America will never be the same. We have to accept that.
Right.
And maybe we won't be considered the leader of the free world anymore.
Right.
And we'll deserve it. Maybe about Ukraine or Canada.
Yeah. I mean, even if we have a Democrat come in, I mean, it's not going to we're not just going to bounce back. It's not like after the first term where, okay,
it's a fluke.
Thank God, everybody sighed. Okay, thank God. Now we have Joe Biden in. We've got a return to
normalcy.
The grown-ups are running things. There's some normalcy going on here. We can deal, we can work on this. It is so beyond that, because not only did the American people and the system that we have here, however this happened, we had a Donald Trump a second time around. We cannot be trusted.
No,
the voters can't be trusted. Our system, our vote. I mean, and the Republican Party is continuing to do their level best to take away people's right to vote with the SAVE Act, with the gerrymandering and redistricting that Texas, thank God, we're having some wins in court. But, the fact of the matter is the international community is not going to trust the American people anytime soon.
No. Why should they? Why should they? How would they know we're not going to, some of the voters here are not going to elect another Donald Trump?
Exactly. I mean, we all sat in our houses during COVID. Like you would think that would have been something like, whoa, I don't ever want that to happen again. I know that's how I felt. I don't ever want that to happen again. Yeah.
A light bulb up her ass and bleach up her hand.
Drink bleach and take dewormer for cattle,
And it'll all go away. It'll all be gone by Easter.
It's like a miracle. Oh, by the way, can we just say this? I did not have on my bingo card that Pam Bondi was going to go away like a miracle before Easter. I didn't have that.
But she's going to be. I didn't either. But she's going to be replaced by somebody just as awful or more awful. But you know what I was just going to say? This is very similar to the way he acted during COVID. Now, COVID was something that he didn't do himself. This is something that he has inflicted upon us himself. But, because it's Easter, remember when he said, it's all be over by Easter. He keeps telling us, he just made that stupid speech or it was going to be 2 weeks. I mean, it's the same.
It's always
crap.
2 weeks.
He cannot handle any kind. This is the problem. Well, I remember Nicole Wallace talking about, yeah, but there hasn't been, and this was early on in the first term, and he'll be tested if there's some sort of situation like I don't know, some like during every presidency something happens that unplanned, unexpected, and it was COVID.
Yes.
And look at how he dealt with that. It was so bad.
But this is the thing. I mean, no, it wasn't planned. It wasn't expected by all of us, except for if you listen to the Bob Woodward tapes, right? He knew about it.
Knew.
He admitted
He knew how bad it was.
how contagious it was, that this is going to be big. It's going to be, yeah, exactly. So he did know about it. And honestly, he could have stopped the spread. I mean, he could have reduced the spread. He could have, he
made it worse.
Exactly. If he had kept the pandemic team, response team in China, the one that was started under George W. Bush for the H1N1 flu, and then Ebola, right? Then Obama improved on it with, to stop the spread of Ebola. We had 2 cases hit the United States. And then here you have Trump, who decimated that, knew that it was deadly. He argued we could have spared the deaths of like
thousands. He had super spreaders.
Yeah.
During this time.
Yeah.
He wanted everybody to go to church, remember? And people were dying because they went to church.
And then went to their families' funerals when they started dying.
Oh my God.
Those were super spreaders. I mean, and so again, what the fuck? MAGA, what the fuck, you idiot voters that stayed home in 2024? You guys were willing to take a chance of this fuck up getting back in?
Yeah, some of the MAGA, the real, like the cultists, have convinced themselves that this was this was all kind of like overblown, that we didn't need the vaccine, we didn't need to be wearing masks and all this other stuff. But the truth is, elections are determined by like the independents, and I call them the most uninformed voters there are, but independents, because
I'm an independent.
Yeah, because they just, I don't know, they don't pay much attention. Election comes around and whatever they're feeling, but they do understand that a lot of people died during COVID, and they're normally real. They are in touch with reality. Okay, not like MAGA cultists.
Yeah.
So they understand that, and I don't understand why these people, because independents voted for Donald Trump. Overwhelmingly, this even in 2024, because you know what? How they didn't take that into account.
Yeah.
What COVID and the way he handled that. I don't understand. Because they lived through that. They can ignore all the other red flags. Maybe they didn't hear about it. These are people that don't pay much attention. They didn't know much. They didn't really care that much about the Epstein stuff, or even they didn't know about all his bankruptcies and all this other stuff, right? But January 6th, the fact that they voted for him after January 6th is unforgivable. Yeah. And the fact that they voted for him after the way he dealt with COVID, that's also unforgivable.
Yeah. We all lived through it. I mean, it impacted virtually every single person in this country, and they were still willing to take a chance on him again. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I just can still not wrap my head around it after January 6th. That this man, because he actually, there was a conspiracy that he instigated, a conspiracy to overturn a legitimate election. Remember, he had tried to enlist all of the, attorney general's office, and they threatened to quit.
Yep.
There was all kinds of stuff going on.
These were, by the way, Republicans.
Yes, all Republicans. Now, there's some that stood up.
Yeah, and there were 60 cases that were brought, right? And dismissed.
Either dismissed or they lost on, they lost on standing, or they lost because they didn't have any evidence.
Right.
Because they're still, and yet he's still saying, and he was still saying it all through up to 2024, that he won that election. Yeah. How can you vote for? I listened to Joe Rogan confront him about that and say, well, why haven't you proven it then? And it was obvious the guy, and Joe Rogan was like, laughing at him about this. But yet he still endorsed him.
Yeah.
If a man is that delusional, if he's that willing to spread that kind of huge lie that disrupt the country as much as it did, that caused an insurrection against our own government.
He incited people to violence.
Yes,
like
to
attacking law enforcement. Okay, so it's dangerous. They're dangerous lies.
Yeah, that's right. How could you vote for him? I just can never. I cannot wrap my head around that. There's something else at work here. That, with these people.
Yeah.
We can never trust them again.
Stuff, and what did come out also, Anita, in the last week was information from the Jack Smith.
Right. And it's even worse than we thought.
Yep.
It's that stuff. Not only that, but oh my God, the classified documents case. Just so bad. He was sharing it with people on the plane. Yep. He was sharing it with people at Mar-a-Lago. I'm talking about war plans.
Yep.
For Iran. So Iran could, just unbelievable stuff. And they were just spilled out all over his fucking bathroom at his resort that anybody could pay to get into.
Yep.
It's just unbelievable the careless way he treated the secrets of the United States of America. Real nuclear secrets, okay?
Yes. Yes.
And just
with real consequences. And we're seeing,
who knows what.
Yeah.
That's right. Who knows if Iran got a hold of that?
Exactly right.
It might be worth something. Who knows if he might have sold some of that stuff to somebody.
Oh yeah.
I don't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. Everything is, look at, how much money, his kids have made off of all this, his son-in-law, who, by the way, and this is a joke, but the fact that he was the one that was negotiating.
Oh, yeah, he was a negotiator. Yeah, him and Witkoff,
right?
Just clowns, just total fucking clowns.
Right.
And Jared Kushner works for Israel, for Bibi Netanyahu.
Yeah.
They are Bibi Netanyahu has slept in his bed.
Yep.
They are close friends. They're close friends with his family. And he's over there negotiating for Iran. On behalf of the United States of America. You think they're going to trust him? They don't even want to see him again. Or Witkoff. They're like, we'll deal with JD Vance. And that's a mistake too.
No.
Although, let me just say this real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
JD Vance is going to be made the patsy, okay, here. If he goes and he does negotiations with Iran or whatever, he's hiding right now. Well, because his chances are slowly dropping.
Yeah, really though. Okay, so what is he supposed to do? And see, this is the other thing. Donald Trump always does this. So he's got immunity. He appoints these people. He calls on these people, and they're just some of the dumbest people. Because what do you think? You guys are being set up. Okay, Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem. It is a no-win situation.
Yeah.
There is no winning. You're not going to be able to give him what he wants because, Pam Bondi, how many court cases were thrown out? Because there was nothing, there was no evidence.
Janine Pirro. Finding that out. Yeah.
And now, Pam Bondi is getting thrown under the bus. Kristi Noem has been thrown under the bus. Now cue the next pansies that are going to come in and they're going to be, equally, thrown under the bus. Apparently Caroline Lyon Levitt was insulting her. Because
I don't know if he was joking with her, but you never know. With him, he does that where he pretends to be joking, but really, it's,
Yeah. It's just, you're not going to win. You're not going to be able to do because he's asking you to do something that is either illegal or
impossible.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And even with, Kemp, and after 2020, when he went to these secretaries of state, in Georgia, it was and the governor Kemp and what was it, Roethlisberger, 11,780 votes. He asks them to find for him. And then, they can't do it because it's illegal. So he asks all these people to do illegal shit for him. And then, but they can't do it. And then he goes after them. He attacks them. He attacks their families. He does, and he's doing the same thing to all of his appointees now.
Yeah, you're right. Did that with I think what you were talking about was how he would ask people to do things that are illegal.
Yes.
Like he asked the attorney generals to do Bill Barr and all those other guys to do. Bill Barr just resigned. He also asked the Speaker of the House of Arizona. What was his name? Do you remember? Speaker of the House.
Yeah. What was his name? I can't remember now. Yeah.
The one that testified. Yeah. I mean, so he's constantly asking people to do things. That's why he surrounds himself with crooks.
Yeah.
He surrounds himself with weak, either they're very weak people or they're corrupt or both. Because he cannot. And the other day he said he likes to surround himself with losers. And I've always said this because the media loves to say, oh, Donald Trump likes winners. He hates losers. No, he loves losers. He surrounds himself with losers. The reason why he surrounds himself with losers is because those are the people, those are weak people. Mm-hmm. He sees it in them. I'm not saying everybody that loses is weak, but he sees them as losers and weak, and he can bend to his will, or he can make them do corrupt shit.
Yep.
Like Kristi Noem. Look at Marco Rubio. Turns out Marco Rubio is a fucking little bitch. He has just turned into, he's just soulless. He just has, there's no substance to him.
And this is the thing. Kristi Noem and Pam Bondi, anybody that he sets up for this stuff, that go out and do his bidding. And, a lot of them are at least smart enough to know that it's like, we're just going to go right up to the line, right? But so many of these people cross the line and they don't have the immunity that he has. And just like, while Nixon wasn't indicted and prosecuted and jailed for Watergate, his attorney general was.
Yeah, his attorney general is Mitchell, but and some other people.
And John Dean went to jail.
No, he didn't go to jail.
John Dean. I thought John Dean went to jail.
No, he was
disbarred.
Convicted, but I don't know if he was disbarred, but he never went to prison.
Okay, but he was convicted. Okay.
Haldeman went to prison. But not John Dean.
Okay.
John Dean, I think maybe because he made that deal and testified.
Right. Okay, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he does that. And, a lot of but some of these people, they don't care. They'll continue. They're so corrupt and they're stealing. Like Kristi Noem, I mean, God, it looks like they were like Corey Lewandowski was getting all these kickbacks. To some of these places they were purchasing for the government, they were buying them for like they were valued at $26 million, and they'd buy them for $126 million. What the hell? Something weird is going on there.
Yeah,
there's all kinds of stuff. These people are all corrupt people. They're just bad people. Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, we know that she, Trump paid her off to drop that suit for Trump University, remember? When she was in Florida. He knew she was corrupt. That's why he wanted her for attorney general. Look who he picks. Look at the people he picks this time.
Yeah.
He used to pick people who would, and Pam Bondi, the thing about it is, she got through the Senate, right? And a lot of Democrats and stuff, but Democrats have to be smarter. The fact that she accepted a bribe from him when she was attorney general should have been a huge red flag.
Yes.
And they should have just not, just held out, made him pick somebody with some, he would have picked some. Bill Barr was bad enough, right?
Yeah. But, in a way, though, I don't know, because with the Epstein stuff, she was a part of that. So I feel like for, as far as him being damaged by this, I think he was more damaged by the fact that she got through and she was the pick. And then she's also the person who is helping to cover it up. And then, so like with MAGA, when they see that and it's like this person was, involved in the first cover up. and helping Jeffrey Epstein. And so now why was she the person that Donald Trump, you know what I mean? So it's like now that they're starting to unravel some of this stuff, I think it's worse that she was the person. She was the person.
But he's a stupid man. And so when he picked Pam Bondi and he picked Cash Patel, I think he wanted to keep those people close to him.
Yes.
Because he thought they would cover this up for him. One of the reasons why he fired her is because she did a terrible job of covering it up.
That's it.
He thought her and Cash Patel, I heard Cash Patel is next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and they have failed miserably.
But I think for the dummies, you know, the MAGA dummies,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's obvious then. It's more obvious that she was the AG.
Well, that's what I mean. He's stupid. He didn't see that.
No, I know.
He couldn't see that was going to be the case.
So I guess my point, I know. But my point being, it's like, you know, like with the Democrats, you know, putting her through as the AG, you know, it's just, to me, it's like it actually backfired, you know,
it did backfire
on Trump.
Yeah. Just like the gerrymandering in Texas, just like a lot of things, because he's a stupid man. Just like invading Iran.
Mm-hmm.
This is everything's backfired on him because he's stupid.
Yeah.
And he doesn't,
an idiot.
And he doesn't plan. I mean, I was listening to them talk about, it was on C-SPAN, and they had, oh God, who was he? He was somebody he brought into the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And he came in and they were asking about Obama and his style and stuff. And he goes, you know, I never saw him unprepared. He goes, you know, Obama, they asked him, Obama's never been in the military. Was that a problem? He goes, oh, no. He was very knowledgeable at everything. He had it down because he would read everything, front to back.
Yep.
Donald Trump doesn't do that. They have to show him pictures and things with his name on it if he listens at all, if he even takes a briefing.
Yeah.
We just learned that what are they doing? They're showing him films. And didn't you say they might have been video game films?
Oh yeah. Yes. They're showing him footage from, like, you know, World of Warcraft or like
that's how ridiculous
video
it is.
games. Yeah.
Yeah. And Susie Watt just came out and said she's concerned because they're painting too rosy a picture for him. Well, that's why he comes out and does that horrible speech he did the other day, and it makes everything worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because these people, he's like Hitler in the bunker, okay?
Yep.
You know, he's like, they did it to Stalin. They do that. This is what happens to these. Well, he's even dumber.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and more. He's like a baby.
Yeah.
You know, even when I listen to Macron and these guys try to talk to him, send messages, it's like they're dealing with a bratty child.
Yep.
Because they are.
100%. And, you know, it is going to backfire. It is backfiring in a colossal way. We're kind of getting it to the end of our, of this episode, but, you know, there are definite, you know, breaks in MAGA that we're all seeing. There's some really, unheard of results in special elections that have been happening and primary elections.
Let me just say this. We have flipped like 28 seats, okay? Yes. State legislative seats. Republicans have flipped none. I just want to mention that.
Yeah. No, and I mean, and that is huge. And I think that a lot of this is because it is all being exposed now. And it is why, like right now, the way that Democrats need to be speaking about this and the way we need to be is drawing the line between Donald Trump and the Republicans, and then also saying, you know, making sure to, you know, tell people that it's like when whoever is voting, or whoever's going to be running in any of these special elections or the midterms between now and 2028, Democrats need to be talking about how they're going to hold these people accountable for their crimes. And it's like, we're not talking about retribution. We're not talking about weaponizing the DOJ or the FBI. What we're talking about, there is clear evidence of crimes having been committed by this administration and the people in this administration. And that is what we are going to go after. We are going to uphold the rule of law, and we're going to go after these people. And this is a clear difference between what we want to do and what Donald Trump and Pam Bondi, who was running the AG, or the DOJ, was trying to do.
Yeah, and they're going to scream, "Oh, they're weaponizing the DOJ."
Of course they are.
Which is
But
ridiculous.
that's not what's happening.
We're
That is
holding
not
them
what is
accountable.
happening.
And honestly,
Based
I hate
off of
that.
the evidence. Based off of the evidence.
Well, it was the first time that they accused
Exactly.
us. I mean, he attacked the United States government. He tried to overthrow an election.
Yes.
They had a conspiracy to do that. Then he stole top secret documents and stored them all.
And there was they're all evidence.
All this evidence. I mean, it would have been a open and shut case.
Yep, had it not been for people like Aileen Cannon and
Eileen Cannon was for sure the stumbling block because she made it go away. I mean, his election did, but she stalled it long enough for that.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, the point being that when he talks about the Democrats are, it's about retribution and Joe Biden is weaponizing the DOJ, the fact of the matter is there's evidence. There was evidence that when he's doing it, there is no evidence. These cases are being thrown out because there is no evidence. It's not, that what they're doing is misusing the DOJ without evidence.
And I just want to say something for these people that are leaving MAGA, that are saying, they fucked up, blah, blah, blah. One of the things, and Joe Rogan, I've heard him talk about this, how Biden, DOJ, look what Donald Trump, what they put him through. If they cannot admit that Donald Trump is full of shit, none of that stuff was a hoax, that he deserved to be prosecuted.
That's right.
Then honestly, they haven't learned anything.
They haven't learned a goddamn thing. Yep.
Yeah.
And we tried to tell them. So
we did. Were you going to read that one about about what was happening in Iran right now, real quick?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
The Occupy Democrats thing, because this is just keeping you up to date, and maybe you'll probably hear about this, but I just thought it was interesting because it kind of summarized what happened today, because we were talking about how things are happening so fast. Well, this is a pretty big deal.
This is a big deal. Okay, so this is the most significant moment of the entire Iran war thread. Let me walk you through what just happened. Iran shot down a US F-15E Strike Eagle. It went down in southern Iran. The wreckage is confirmed on Iranian soil. The pilot or pilots did not eject safely. Iran's Tasnim news says IRGC forces captured them. That's the
Iranian Revolutionary Guard. Yeah.
Thank you. Iran initially claimed it was an F-35. It was an F-15E. Either way, they have the wreckage and they claim they have the crew. The U.S. scrambled an immediate rescue operation. F-35s flew combat air patrol overhead. MQ-9 drones monitored the crash site. A C-130 and Black Hawk helicopters went in for extraction. The rescue failed. One Black Hawk was shot down during the attempt. Multiple aircraft lost in a single operation. The U.S. is publicly denying all of it. No confirmed losses, no confirmed POWs, nothing. The silence is deafening. Now here's when it gets really bad. This morning, Trump said, take the oil and make a fortune. This afternoon, Iran announced they have an American prisoner of war the same damn day. March 31st, Trump said he was willing to end the war, as though he holds any cards. April 3rd, Trump says, take the oil. April 3rd, American pilot captured on Iranian soil. The last time Iran held Americans hostage was 1979, 444 days, destroyed Carter's entire presidency. A POW is not just a tragedy. A POW is leverage. Iran now holds a card nobody can take from them. If that pilot appears on Iranian state television, the political fallout in the U.S. will be unlike anything we've seen. Over 100 legal experts today called the U.S. strikes potential war crimes. Now, a U.S. service member is in Iranian custody. This is not a footnote. This is the story.
Yeah. Just keep that. Yeah, that's how we're going to end it. Keep it in mind. That's yeah, I couldn't have said that was pretty powerful, pretty on point. They've got this leverage now.
This is what it is. We do not, Donald Trump, despite the fact, whatever he says, he does not hold any of the cards. We are losing. He is losing.
He doesn't hold any cards. They have all the cards.
No. And he is bringing this country down. Our reputation has been completely destroyed in the international community, and this is all because of the whims of a deranged, narcissistic toddler.
Sociopath.
And,
loon, a nutter.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And the problem is it's going to have real life consequences on the family members of these servicemen and women and also on us back home.
Yep. Hopefully that man, that POW will be home safely. But, they're not making it. They're making it even more likely that any of our, troops that are captured or whatever are going to be in real danger.
Yeah,
real danger.
So hug your loved ones close and have a good Easter and Passover.
Yes. Bye, guys. See you in 2 weeks, or talk to you in 2 weeks.
Where our fate will lie on a